Hey friends! So today I'm going to show you how to make a luscious European coffee. My mom and I make this every morning. I live right next door to my mom. Believe it or not, I have an espresso maker. We do this coffee every morning, and then I'll use my espresso machine for throughout the day coffee. It is with this Bialetti Moka Express, and this is a neat little contraption. I'll take it apart in a few minutes and show you all the parts of it. This is the first piece of equipment you'll need. These don't cost very much. We got this on Amazon. I want to say it was around $30. I will definitely link this in the description down below. Then of course you need some coffee beans. This is just the Starbucks espresso roast, but I've tried all different kinds. This is kind of my backup. When I run out of good coffee, I will just keep this on hand. I would suggest starting with some kind of espresso type of bean. Then you need a milk frother like this. Again, not very expensive. It froths the milk, or soy milk if you prefer. I'm gonna use soy milk today. And I have to say, soy milk in coffee is wonderful. So if you've never tried it, you should. Then you need some little coffee mugs. We use these just because they come out so beautiful. It's just a nice presentation. So it makes you feel like you're drinking a special coffee. Of course, you need a coffee grinder. So we will start, and don't forget the soy milk or milk, which I've got in a jar right here. This is soy milk. I'm gonna start by grinding the coffee and getting the little pot ready. All right, so let's go ahead and get the grinder out. This is just a kind of a cheap coffee grinder. This is Hamilton Beach. I'm gonna plug it in right here. So we'll start by pouring some of these coffee grounds into the grinder. You'll want to grind the coffee so that it is not quite espresso size when you grind it, but it also is a little bit coarse. So it's between coffee grounds and espresso grounds. So that just means we need to get the coffee ground pretty finely, but not as fine as espresso. And so all you have to do here is just press this button right here. All right, then you just dump it over here and you've got your grounds. All right, so now I'm going to show you the mocha pot. So this unscrews here. And what you've got is you've got a little coffee filter basket right here, and then the inside. And I want to show you a few things here. This little thing right here is the pressure, the release pressure valve. I think that's just if you cooked your coffee too long. If there was some sort of overwhelming pressure inside, it would just, the steam would come out here. There's also a filter here. If there was any coffee grounds as the hot coffee was coming through here, it just makes sure that you don't get any coffee grounds in your coffee. All right, so the first step here is I'm going to fill this up with water until I get to the little pressure valve. So you see that pressure valve right there? I'm gonna fill that up. Okay, so I've filled the water till it got to the pressure valve, so right under the pressure valve. I'm going to put this little filter on top, and I'm gonna get a spoon. So I'm going to just spoon in loosely. You don't have to pack anything. So loosely spoon in the coffee. And it doesn't have to be overflowing or anything, so you can just do about right there. Then we screw the top on. All right, so we are ready to heat this up. Okay, so I have an electric stove, and my mom has a gas stove. So there's a couple different things you need to consider when you're heating your coffee up. If it's a gas stove, you want to put it on medium high, and let's just assume this was a gas stove here. You would want to be careful not to put it right in the middle so that the gas could melt this little handle here, because this handle is plastic. And so we've just got to be really careful about that. I have a flat top stove here. I will heat it up so that the handle is not right on the circle here. So I'm gonna set this on high, and we are just gonna heat this up. Okay, so while that is heating up, I'm going to work on the soy milk. As far as the soy milk goes, what I do, this was trial and error how we figured out how to do this. But what I do is just pour about that much in. That was probably not even quite a cup. And I heat this up in the microwave for about 1 minute. So I'm gonna just put it in the microwave here. Okay, so I have heated up the soy milk, and it's quite hot. Like I said, you want to heat it up for a minute. And now we need to pour it into the milk frother. So I'm just going to pour it in here. And now it's just about going up and down. I usually do this for about a minute or two. We're starting to get coffee in there. Looks like it's just about done. I'm gonna turn it off now. That was really fast on my stove. So I turned the coffee off. So now we just want it not to be boiling anymore. We're just gonna let that sit for a second while I froth this milk. I pretty much know when this is ready to go because it starts kind of coming out of the edges. So I think we're ready here. And we're just gonna pour the frothed soy milk in the cups. As you can see, we have this is full of coffee, and it's really hot. We're gonna pour it right in here. I want you to see how beautiful these look. It's like they always end up with 3 layers. You've got your coffee and soy kind of mixture here. You've got your mixture of coffee within the froth here, and then the froth on top. I have really noticed that, and it looks like I poured a little more soy milk in this one than this one, so that's why they're off a little bit. But I just think they come out so beautiful. Now, let's taste this wonderful European coffee. Oh, it's wonderful. It is absolutely wonderful. I can tell you, my espresso maker does not do as good of a job getting that full, strong espresso flavor. This is a real quick way to make coffee if you want a special coffee every day. Some people, I know in Europe, a lot of people just use those little Moka tools to make their coffee. So anyway, if you want a special type of coffee, you want to try something new, give this a try. It's wonderful, and it's inexpensive, and you feel like you're kind of getting a big treat. Thank you for joining me today. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye. That's all, folks.